we did, we go back to them. If you follow the advice, we go back to them if we didn't. And that way we can improve again. Again, business is business, and what I mean by that is when you go out and start building relationships with people, if for some reasons they don't want to use your service, it's not because it's personal, it's just business. And you are all going to be in business, and you want to have honest advice, you want to have honest feedback. So sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can hurt, but again, I think no matter what, in terms of making your value proposition, whatever we got has been extremely important for us. So the only recommendation I can do to you when you want to start out your business after you have one spark is build your organization very early on, make a relationship because it takes time to develop, but again, sometimes it can be free and it can be very valuable if you actually treat your partners with respect, and I'm sure they'll do the same to you. All right, that was my 10 minutes, I think. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And the last presentation that we have this evening is from Glenn and Inro. If you were along at the launch of Spark, then you will have heard a teammate of Glenn talk a little bit about that. So we'll just set up Glenn's session now.
So,
do you need this at all?
I may do. I don't know. Hi, how are you? I'm going to be particularly difficult for you because I have to move around a lot. But my aim, my objective when I talk to you today is to convince you that what you've learned here in V2B over the last 5 weeks, is the absolute building blocks of a successful entrepreneurial company, of a successful investment pitch. Okay. I attended this course in 2003, which I think was the first year. Okay. And I came because it was free, and there was like thousands of people, and we were down in the town hall, and it was crazy. And at that time, I was like, wow, there must be more to it than this. This seems like pretty light stuff. But after 2.5 years now of being with Inro, of working to raise capital, of growing our company from 4 people to 30 people, of hiring interns, of dealing with customers, of raising millions of dollars of investment capital, I can tell you that it's those fundamental things that I learned in Vision to Business in 2003, 2004, that's still what I use. That's still the basic things that I use. So what I'm going to do, right now, my job is to find money, to ask people for money. That's about 80% of what I do. And I use that money to pay my staff so they can build great products and sell them to great customers. I have with me the confidential investor-only pitch that I use to raise that cash. So first of all, please forget everything you see or hear from me today as soon as you walk out the doors. What I plan to do is throw it up. So Nadi's helping me here. Throw it up, okay? And we'll just step through it really, really fast. And you can see it's exactly what you've been studying over the last 5 weeks. I use it, okay? That's the same pitch. Now, I have 6 whiteboards, which is like a teacher's dream. And if you have been paying attention, I don't know if you still use the same formula here, but if you've been paying attention, there are 6 things that you want to deal with when you're talking to people about your business. People who don't know anything about your business. Does anybody here know anything about my business? What is this? Yes, Jeff, I can see you raise your hand. This is a forklift. This one is not to scale. Though, if you imagine that this area down here is a very, very large warehouse, maybe a Walmart warehouse, maybe an IKEA warehouse, and I put this down, now that is pretty much exactly to scale. And that vehicle spends 90% of its time just going from over there to over there, from A to B. To run this IKEA warehouse efficiently, I need to operate it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I need 3.5 shifts of forklift driver to keep my forklift running all the time. Now, we're a robotics company. We specialize in vehicle automation, making vehicles drive by themselves. So to us, that's an opportunity. And that would be my first of my 6 whiteboards, where I write a big word called pain. What is the pain? The pain is someone has to pay $100,000 per forklift driver times 3 per annum for every forklift, and they have 45 forklifts. That's a lot of money to be spending every year to move stuff from A to B. You've heard about pain, you've heard about opportunity. That's step 1. Set it up. Tell the people that you're going to try to convince to give you some money, try to convince to work with you, to buy your product, just to open the door and listen to you. Tell them what the pain is. Make sure you're really, really clear. When I show you this, I don't need to say very much to get your mind thinking about forklifts. How do I move forward?
I've just used the mouse, just click. Yeah.
I can start to give you some example of just how big these warehouses are. This is a small one. The bigger ones, 200-300 metres long. Then, if it works, remember, confidential, don't need to talk to you about this to anybody else. Then I can really engage your attention. I can give you something interesting to look at, like a forklift being driven by a robot in a Fonterra factory, moving their product around. I can pretty much talk as much as I like during this part, because no one ever listens to me during this part. So the aim is, by this point in my presentation, you understand what is the pain that I think I'm addressing, and what is the product that you think I'm selling. Do you understand? Do you understand the pain that my business addresses? Do you understand the product that I'm trying to sell to you to solve that pain? It's a forklift that drives by itself. It's not just any forklift, it's your forklift. And this is the important part for our customers. It's your forklift, your existing fleet of forklifts in your existing warehouse, moving your existing product around the same way that they always have. All we're doing is we're adding a robotic unit that allows it to drive by itself. It's relatively straightforward, doesn't take us very much time, it's not particularly expensive, it is a little bit expensive. Okay, enough. So, I've got my big whiteboard over here. What was this one? This is the pain whiteboard. This is the product whiteboard. If I want you to give me some money, or if I want you to judge me the winner of the Spark 40K challenge this year, then I need to make sure you understand very, very clearly what is the opportunity and what is the product, service that I'm bringing to you that meets that, that's unique. I think I've done that. You may disagree. But you're also going to want to know how big is this opportunity? Who's going to buy this opportunity? How far can this opportunity go? How do I make it go forward?
I just right click and go next.
This is...
And click on the area if it's not the video.
Thank you very much. How do I make this go forward? Okay, I'm still stuck on product here. Let's go a bit further. If you have a new product, if you have a new service, which I expect you do if you're coming to the Spark competition, something with a twist, something that's unique, then you need to be able to tell a story. You need to be able to paint the picture of how this is going to work. Because me showing you one automated forklift, yeah, that's cool, but it's not particularly compelling. But if you can paint a picture of an automated warehouse, an automated supply chain, how is this going to fit together? That's when you're starting to get people engaged with how big your business can be, how big your opportunity can be. So, yes, make sure they understand what's fundamental about your product, about your technology or your service, but then also make sure they understand how it's going to work in the real world. And it can be as simple as a pretty picture. Okay? No, I didn't draw this myself, but someone else who is in my team did. And it can be as simple as a really, really easy to understand picture. How will automated forklifts work in a warehouse? What do warehouses look like? How difficult would be this to automate? The product was pretty easy to handle.